Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. It's been a little while, however, I had a look at some of the mods, and I've installed another mod to check out. It says Remy Christmas. It being Christmas roundabout now, I thought it would be fitting to check this out. And also, we haven't done a mod that involves Remy, a little bespectacled dragon over here. So, I think to activate the mod, you have to skip to the chapter where you kind of hang out at his place, and you need to read his diary, and this is what we're going to do. Skip ahead. Here we go. It's been a while since we did this scene, so maybe we should do the entire scene, or maybe we should skip ahead. I'll see how the scene takes me. Let's have a look. No. As you wish. Thanks again for helping me the other day. Without you, I would have been trapped sorting books for a few more hours. Inviting you over for dinner is the least I can do. Ah, it's no problem. It's no problem really. Besides, I'm also here to learn more about your kind. Spending some time in the library is only appropriate. Well, my gratitude is yours regardless. Anyways, is there anything in particular you'd like to eat? So in the main game, in the first chapter, you help Remy do a little puzzle and rearrange his bookshelves in the library so they all go as they should. So that's what that was in reference to. Is there anything you want to eat though? I'll go for some meat right about now, really now. Okay. How about steak? Let's keep it sane for now. You're in luck. I've got some steaks that we can dine upon. This might take a while though, so make yourself at home. With those words, Remy walked into the partially walled off kitchen. There was no door, so I saw him open the fridge and take out 2 steaks before he set them on the counter. Soon after, he was already preparing the various ingredients with his somewhat clumsy paws. He was silent for a moment, then lifted his snout and looked at me from over the partition. What's up? Oh, I was just thinking about something. I hope you cook if you like. Don't worry about it. Okay. I looked around the apartment as Remy cooked, and couldn't help but notice the almost mesmerising tidiness that permeated the place. Shelves were filled with books, scrolls, magazines, and other various trinkets. Suddenly, the repetitious noise of vegetables being cut ceased as Remy returned from the adjoining room. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, he went down the hall and vanished through the bathroom door. What do I do? Let's check out... Oh, search the bedroom. I think that this is what we need to... Escape, wow. This is what we need to do. Check out the bedroom. I probably shouldn't be looking in here, but just a quick peek, right? Now that's a huge bed, even for a dragon. I suppose they need to account for wings and stuff, but even considering that, it's pretty big. What's this? I think there's a book on the dresser. On further inspection, the book reveals itself to be a diary, and a fairly old one, judging by the leather-bound cover. It must be at least 4 years old, though the pages themselves look almost completely untouched. Take the diary home to read later. Hell yeah. I definitely shouldn't be taking this, but it might be useful for the investigation and to learn more about Remy. No problem, that's what we're gonna do. Let's look in the bathroom. Can we do that? Remy, how you doing in there? He has a second bathroom. Okay. The bathroom door opened and revealed the white dragon. As he approached, I felt my stomach grumble quietly. I barely heard the muffled sound, but when I saw Remy's ears perk, I realised he had more sensitive ears than I expected. Hungry already? I mean... Lift your shirt, wow. Yeah, I suppose I am. Although your stomach already answered that question for you. After entering the kitchen once more, I saw the dragon looked over the kitchen partition again. He opened his mouth a little, as though he was going to say something, but his brow scrunched with hesitation. Before I could say anything, he shook his head and continued to cook. Soon, I heard the sizzling of frying meat as the delicious smell of steak wafted into the room. Fueled by its fragrant odour, I slowly lost myself to daydreams as I closed my eyes. Gonna get them steaks. Something wrong? You're salivating, dude. Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking about something. Well, the food's ready. Enjoy. I looked down and saw that a plate was already in front of me, piled with steak and vegetables. Remy was already eating, so I took the knife he provided and cut off a small corner of the steak. Then I pierced it with the fork, its 3 prongs penetrating the flesh unrelentingly. Slowly I raised it to my mouth, and my tongue glided over the bare substance briefly as it entered my lips. I took the first bite, a delicately crisp exterior with a much softer and juicy inside. It melted on my tongue like butter as the taste spread to even the remotest corner of my mouth. It was almost perfect. So, what were you thinking about? What? Remy's words snapped me back to reality. You said you were thinking about something? I mean, I don't know, do you live here by yourself? I do. Honestly, you're the first person to visit in a while. He spoke softly, and his gaze wandered. Shall we talk about the stuff? Let's talk about all the stuff. I saw the pictures on the coffee table, and I thought you might have a family. Oh no, that's in the past. I'm not even sure why those photos are still there. And I don't actually have children. The picture of the young dragon was the product of a silly little program that combined photos. They take images of two people and create what the pair's offspring will supposedly look like. I've always wanted some children of my own though. I see. How about you? Do you want kids? I mean, I've actually recently looked at my old gameplays and I said I'm not sure. This time I'll say yeah, sure. I think I would. Just being able to teach them about the world and watch them grow up, having a little family would be nice. I'd like it a lot. Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's keep moving. We could either watch this again or we could save some time and skip to the end of the scene. I mean, we have got the diary, so that is what we need to get this mod underway. So we shall skip ahead now, as you wish. Don't worry about this. I had a nice evening. Maybe I should stop being such a sourpuss. Wow, I can help you clean up though. Thanks. I don't know what happened, but maybe it wasn't so good. We cleaned up together, and by the end, he seemed in higher spirits. Afterward, we said our goodbyes and left, not sure what to think. I can't remember what happened in that scene. Was that a bad thing? Oh well, nothing going on. Guess I can do whatever. Can I read that diary though? Hell yeah. Looking again, the diary is even more unused than I thought originally. It seems to be barely half filled. The name on the front is Amelia, in cursive handwriting and faded blue ink. Amelia... Okay, let's go back a bit. Amelia is Remy's girlfriend at the time, but she died because she was ill. She was also pregnant at the time. Anna took the baby, and the baby's actually Vara in the orphanage. It's complicated. Okay, it's something like that, along those lines. So that is who Amelia is. It's someone who, friends with the Dean, lovers with Remy. Anyway, opening it, the pages feel delicate to the touch. Today, I got a diary to note things in. I guess I should start off gently, talking about myself. Some will call me an inventor. I don't really agree with that. I'm just good at taking ideas and bringing them into our world. Our current project is to streamline the entire hospital process for our kind. The current tools and equipment available for use are almost completely incapable of accommodating us, as if designed for another species entirely. This can be seen in almost every aspect of our lives, our tables, chairs, and even the toilets. Some would say they were designed for humans. Our ancestors were obsessed with them, and some of us still are. It saddens me that these views are still prevalent, especially in the positions that matter most, our government and academics. I'm lucky to be in a group of scientists where these views are considered antiquated by all and actively moving forwards. Day 2. So I got this diary yesterday. It's growing on me already. Or not. It's weird to write stuff in there. I'm really not sure why I got it at all. It was impulse, I guess. Anyway, there was talk at work about a new politician. The usual discussions, how they were going to ruin the economy, education, all of it. Someone said they heard that the person in question had just bought the position. I wouldn't put it past politicians. Right onto the core, the lot of them. Her name was Emera. I'd say even the name sounds bad, but I'd not stoop that low, except for maybe here. Her policies were interestingly similar to the status quo. I guess I'll have to see if there's a proper correlation. Day 3. Today's my official day off work. I called it one of my unpaid work days, as in reality I just spend my time jotting notes and calculations. Not that I mind at all, and if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't. In 2 days, our project will be going to an expert panel to decide if we're going to get further governmental funding. As much as we all dislike it, we've got to go for it. There's little to no funding out there otherwise. I detest how little our species seems to care about our own technological advancement, with only a few individuals willing and able to contribute to making everyone's lives easier. Here we go, day 4. At my second day off, I'm bored stiff. I'm at a mental block with work, and need to discuss it properly with someone to work out all the final details. I hope we'll have it all completely ready by the time we enter the office, where we'll be getting judged by the fact-checking committee. If not, then it's back to the drawing board for several months, while we go over their feedback and cover the holes. At least we have a fair chance with them. They seem to do a pretty good job at knowing when a project is fleshed out enough to work out. Almost everything that gets funded goes to completion without too much hassle and bad turns. They give decent feedback as well, especially with what's not quite thought out as well as it could be. Even though they're called the fact-checking committee, our team at least hasn't had to worry about getting the facts wrong, at least for a very long time. Day 5. I'm writing this before I leave. It's making me kind of nervous actually, even though it probably shouldn't. 10 minutes before I should be going, it'll all be fine. Oh, here we go, flashback. You're Amelia, aren't you? Representing the project on redesigning equipment used for hospitals, right? Yes and yes. Would you like to explain your project to us? Well, we start off with the context. The equipment we use is badly designed for our kind, especially so in hospitals where every mistake can be fatal. Redesigning even the beds so they can be used on a subject lying face up would be a significant improvement. In their current state, only fur dragons, runners and certain flyers can really use them. Earth dragons simply can't, or their spikes will embed on the mattress. Even in those that can physically use them, many report pain if they repeatedly do so, presumably due to the lack of tailorship in design to their subspecies. Our project aims to help by recreating equipment fit for purpose. We need funding for our project so we can afford both to build prototypes as well as the final designs. We also need to educate doctors and practitioners on how to use the products once the design is finalised. Having people die due to untrained professionals is unacceptable, so we'd need additional funding to help fight against that. We propose to completely redesign medical equipment beyond the simple such they can be effectively used. Our technological advancements will help to make this a reality. Just recently, a method for injecting directly into the bloodstream was discovered without damaging our outer scales. Making this sort of thing available to the sector in general cheaply will vastly increase the survival rates. Damaged scales can and do easily cave in on themselves, causing massive bleeding if they hit arteries. Preventing this will significantly increase the lifespan of those who require minimal amounts of surgery. I think that's it, really. Wow, I think I've got it all written down, thank you very much. Just between us, I think the idea really stands out, though we have to stay completely neutral and discuss it with everybody else on the panel. Are there any forms I have to sign, or is that it for now? You can go. We'll decide if your project has approval fairly soon. Thanks for applying and helping to make our world a better place for everybody. So that's how they met. So that was the flashback back to the diary. I think the meeting went okay. I just felt a little robotic with all my points, though hopefully that won't matter in the end. Now that work's over, I need a rest. I can't really remember what day it's been since I bought the diary. I haven't really written in it for a while. I've been too busy stressing about work to really write things down in here, so there's been a few days since the last entry. We got the results back from the committee today. We didn't get the grant after all. They didn't think there was enough money to cover what we proposed, which is fair to an extent, but it annoys me that they didn't propose cutting parts of it, but I guess that's just how it goes in politics. We discussed it and decided that to move forwards we'd have to tighten the scope. We can probably get the next grant for the less taxing things, just like reshaping equipment to be ergonomic. Even though it's less interesting for me as an individual, it will still be useful for society as a whole. I can develop the better injection technology in my own time. I have access to the equipment I'd need from work anyway. Okay, it's another day off work. I decided to go to the cafe to do some theory work on my side project. The white noise makes it easy for me to work, and the server likes me, so sometimes I get free food on them, which is nice. So that is a Dean, I believe. Yeah. I'm here at the cafe. I should probably take a seat and order a meal. Yo, what's up? Hey Amelia. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you too, Dean. How have you been doing? The usual, I guess. I'm trying to think of what to do with my life aside from working here. Something with purpose. Okay, anyway, do you want anything? Or are you just relaxing? Just a coffee, please, and a strong one. I'm here for work again, and I need it to concentrate properly on what I'm doing. Sure, just let me go fetch it for you. I guess I should start doing some stuff now, starting with getting out my bag. Well, time to get to it. Oh, do you mind if I sit next to you? Remy's back. No problem. Do I know you? You do look familiar now I think about it. Are you by chance someone who I've met at the committee? Oh yeah, that'd be it. Funnily enough, I'm here to do some work on a small side project of mine on helping hospital patients survive injections. I think I remember that now. What you said was rather impressive, if it could have been made to work properly within the budget, though as you know, the committee weren't convinced it could have been. I get it. That wasn't an aspect we considered really. It seems rather silly now that we completely overlooked it. I guess it might have been. That's something you'll definitely want to look over, if and when your team resubmits it. Oh, one coffee for Amelia. Would the other gentleman like to order anything? A tea, please? And one tea for you too. So, what sorts of things do you do in your spare time? Well, sometimes I play computer games and love books. I don't really like saying what I do in case I embarrass myself. Well, I think you'd find it hard to say something that would make me disappointed in you or something like that. Wow, if you say so. I mean, what you do at work's fantastic. The committee's never been better in terms of being unbiased and practically useful, even if our project was deemed as unfeasible. Well, I'm rather proud of what we managed to achieve with it in such a short time. Our reputation as an unbiased source is much better than it's ever been. Not only that, we're also more efficient at going through projects than before. I also consider the work that we do very important to the survival and prosperity of our species as a whole. I agree with you there. Without the committee, we'd be stuck in an age where nobody knew what was going on, constantly going over budget and allowing projects that are completely unethical to perform. Here we go, tea for the gentleman. Thanks, the Dean. Oh, am I in the way of an important discussion here? Not really. In any case, I'm gonna go now. It was nice talking to you, and thanks again for the tea. In case you want to call, here's my number. And you can take mine in case you want to call me. I'll be sure to. Okay. It turned out much better than I expected. I ran into the dragon who I suggested the project to. We chatted about work, had something to drink and exchanged numbers. He seems like a very interesting person. Maybe we'll end up talking again. I quite liked our conversation and he had lots of things to talk about. I don't think I'm going to bother writing stuff about the date since I got this anymore. It seems rather superfluous, especially given I've forgotten when I got it. Today at work, we did some more work on making sure that what we would be proposing would be more specific and cost effective, using the feedback we got from the committee to help us rein in our scope to what would be feasible with the money available. Hello, hello. Hey, it's Remy. We met at the cafe a couple days ago, and I thought it would be a good idea to have a proper meal together formally. I'm sorry about what happened a couple of days ago. I guess I just got nervous about it all. Oh, sure. A meal together would be nice. Where and when? I was thinking about my home next week. Making something especially... wait, are you vegetarian? That would be great, and no, I'm not vegetarian. See you then. That's very forward of Remy just to invite someone to his house like that. Remy called and invited me to a formal meal at his house. I'm pretty sure this was his way of asking me out on a date. His intellect and wishes for knowledge are so relatable to myself, it's kind of uncanny. I can relate to everything he says and does. I'm surprised a person so similar to me can even exist in this world. His nervousness is completely understandable in a world as harsh and unforgiving as our own. I think I might be falling for him. Another diary entry, another day at work done. We're going to submit the revised project to the committee again very soon. I'm slightly worried about how this will affect my relationship with Remy. If we do get the grant, it could be seen as severe misjudgment and bias. The next time we meet, which will probably be the next time I write in this diary knowing me, I'll know what's happening for certain. I can only hope that he'll still want to be with me in the future. He's the only one that matters to me right now. I'm not sure how this could have happened to me, and I'm afraid to express to him how much he means to me. Here we go, we met again today, and agreed it would be best not to see each other again, at least until we know if our teams won the grant. For some reason, I feel like I want it less and less. I don't think there's ever been a time where a person's ever come before my job, but I think this might be the first time. I wouldn't sabotage the project, but at the same time, I don't see myself being able to talk to Remy if we do get the grant. Both our jobs would be at stake. I can't imagine being without him now, even though it's only been about a month since we met. I guess this might be what love feels like. It's a weird feeling, and I'm not sure if I like it, Being torn apart from him sounds like it would be the worst feeling imaginable, but I'm not sure I could cope with it. I've only just noticed that it's Christmas soon. As I might only be seeing him once more for a while, I should get something for him to remind him of me. It's his tyre. So it's the story of how he got his tyre. It's a nice angle, I like it. I ended up getting him a red tyre. I think it would look good with the collar he's already got. I hope he'll like it when I give it to him once they've decided who should get the grant. If we don't get it, I guess it will just be a race against time until we do so. So it's really just a waiting game at this point. I do want to be able to spend this Christmas with him though. Oh, phone again. Hello, hello? Hey, it's Remy. Hey Remy, how you doing? Great actually. I'm calling about some good news. The committee decided to award your team the grant. Isn't that great? You'll finally be able to help those who need it most. Great. I'll make sure to forward the message to the rest of the team so we can start preparing for what we've got to do. There's one thing I'm worried about now though, and that's what's going to happen to us now that we're properly together and how this will affect our relationship. Well, we were completely unbiased in our decision making. I wasn't even involved with your case because I knew that I'd say yes without hesitation. Do they know that now? No, which means they probably think I'm lying to protect myself. Even though I'm not, it's a sensible thing to default to, and I wouldn't blame them for it. Now, if it does come out, both of our jobs could be in jeopardy for abusing our positions and not making it officially clear that we had a conflict of interests. So, what should we do? Oh, there's only one thing we really can do. I guess I'll miss you, Remy, then. I don't know how it happened that I fell for you so much in the short time we had together. Me neither. It's hard to talk about this sort of stuff. I don't really know how I feel. Just that you mean much more to me than you really should. It's okay, I know the feeling, and I get that as well sometimes. It's not fun, though it's a part of life and getting older. Well, what should we do? We can't stay together with this happening, and I'm not going to be the one to make you lose your job. Why don't we have one more visit to discuss it, to put everything to rest, at least while everything's going on? Okay, my place tomorrow then. Sure. Love you. You too. Remy called today about the grant. Apparently the committee decided that our project was good enough to continue forwards and receive the grant for. While this is great for my work prospects, it's not going to be great for our relationship. He suggested that we meet one more time to discuss it more, like we previously decided. I guess this would be a good time as any to give him his present, even if it's a couple of weeks early. I guess it really can't be helped. I'll really miss him. Here we go, today's the day we arranged to meet. I've wrapped his present and we'll give it to him as soon as we meet in his home. I should be going now. I'm looking forward to it and not at the same time. It seems like forever since I met him for the first time, even though it was kind of recent. Here we are. This is Remy's place. Oh, knock on that door. Is it Amelia? Yeah, can I come in? It's kind of cold out here, dude. Of course, come on in. I've made something specially for you. I can tell. It smells delicious in here. What have you been cooking? Roast mouflon. I think Christmas comes early for the both of us. I've got some gravy cooking as well, which we can eat it with. It'll be ready to eat pretty soon. That sounds mouth-watering. Very much looking forward to having that one. I'm surprised you trust my cooking so much already. You've only had it once before. Oh, but that was quite possibly the best meal I've ever had, so I know what to expect. Well, let's hope it's as good as you're expecting. Okay, I think it's ready now. I'll just serve it. The table's already laid, so feel free to sit down. Can I help with anything? No, I'm fine. Just putting it on the plates now. Do you want to have anything to drink? Water's fine. And nice, that's impressive. Looks fit for a king. I'm glad you like it. So, let's see how it tastes, shall we? I'll just sit down now, so I can admire it completely. He put down the plate in front of me. On it was steaming hot mouflon with a red sauce on top. It looked like he practiced this a lot, which I suppose was a good thing, striving for perfection in whatever he does. I took a bite and was immediately greeted with the succulent juices of the meat as it split at the lightest touch of my maw, the sauce enhancing the taste massively, adding a spicy component. It tastes like perfection, just right for a Christmas meal. I'm happy that you like it. We ate and ate, finishing the wonderful meal Remy had made and prepared for us, going on to a cake dessert. I'm stuffed, it was delicious, definitely worthy of a prize of some form. It wasn't that great. It was, and I should get out your present I bought for you. You bought me something, but I didn't have anything to give back. Of course I did. It was the meal. It was definitely enough of a gift for me. It was possibly the best thing I've ever had the pleasure of eating. I brought out the box I folded the tie into and gave it to him, putting it directly onto his paws. Why don't you open it now, so I can know what you think of it? I guess I can do that. I normally wait for the day itself, but as we're not going to see each other anymore, I don't know. I thought it would remind you of me, red like my scales. Can you try it on? It's amazing, more than I ever could have asked for. There it is. How do I look? Smart and handsome. As long as you wear it, you'll be with me, in a way. I'll keep that in mind for the time that we're apart, that you're still with me forever. I'm glad you will, but now, what should we do about all this? I don't think we should see each other again, hence why this is all happening now, and not later on the day itself. I guess we shouldn't, no. We should leave enough time for it to not look suspicious at least. Do you think 6 months is enough? I'm not sure if I could last that long without you. You've somehow become my life, and I don't think I could go back to being just me on my own. Me neither, but I'm not having you losing your job over something that could be solved simply by waiting. It's the logical thing to do. It is. I'll just have to live with it. I love you, and I love you too. Why don't you rest here for the night? It's cold outside. Sure, sounds good to me. I'm back now. It was definitely a night to remember. I'm not sure how he managed to get drunk on wine, but he did. He loved his tie, and it looked amazing on him. He said the cutest thing to me. I'll never go without it. And I believe him. It makes him look so much better, more handsome. He even suggested that I move in after all this is over. I want that. I really, really want that. Okay, so here we go. New diary entry. I've been starting to feel ill now. I hope it's nothing, though if it continues like this, I'll have to take a couple days off work. That would just mean I'll be working from home, unless it gets really bad. I think I'll try and have some rest now, possibly get some sleep. But it's really bad. It's getting even worse, I'd say. I'll probably take some painkillers if I had any. I've just gone to the store to get some. It's really cold out there. Maybe I shouldn't have gone out at night in the middle of winter. At least I have a load of them now. I've got enough food to last me quite a while, and those should certainly last me until I'm better. Okay, here we go. These diary entries are getting worse though. I think I've finally worked out the source of my illness. All the signs point to pregnancy. It would make sense, considering what happened that last day I saw Remy. I hope he still loves me, and we can finally speak again. Well, I should be responsible, and at least go to the store to make sure my theory is right. It's not like the testers are very expensive. I don't do that. Oh no. Because we know that she goes out, and that's when she passes away. There's a scene on one of Adine's dates when you go with her, and you talk about it, and she goes out to the shops in the snow, and she doesn't make it. Amelia passes away in the snow while pregnant. Anna comes across the body, rescues the pregnant child, doesn't announce that there is a baby. She kind of does it off the books, and she kind of drops the baby off at an orphanage and stuff. It's so weird how it all works out. And that was the mod. I did enjoy it. It was made by someone called Blue, so thank you very much for making the mod. I hope you didn't mind my reading, and I hope other people enjoyed it as well. But I think it filled some nice gaps, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time. Also, yeah, Happy Christmas.